Hello, hello, Jeff Helvin here with Lori Ballen and Ballen Brands at your command. Today I wanted to do a little video, kind of a recommendation on setting up a smart plan for some of these leads that we might be generating that we have not yet connected with. The goal of this campaign is to basically foster, nurture a rapport, start a rapport with them, and basically learn a little bit about them as we're doing it. So, what we have set up here, we're going to create a new smart plan. So you can access a smart plan over here on the left hand side, over here on the panel. It looks like a little, maybe a little degree, little paper degree. So it's smart is what I'm gathering there. So then we're going to click over here to create. So we're going to give it a plan name. So we can call this like a cold lead follow-up. We actually call ours the arrival plan. So it's a new lead that came into the system, so they've just arrived, and so this is the arrival plan. And of course we want to distinguish between a buyer and a seller, so we'll go ahead and do buyer arrival campaign. Okay, so right now the only category that we have to put this under is under contacts, and we are not able yet to select trigger events, but at some point we will be able to add those, which will be fantastic and make the system even more valuable than it already is. All right, so we're going to go ahead and click apply. So what we want to do here is I have a number of messages, and we like to kind of scatter the campaign between texting and emailing, assuming that we are getting a phone number and an email. If we're only getting email addresses on these leads, then of course we want to put them on an email only campaign. If we're only getting phone numbers, which is rare, but if we are getting phone numbers, then we might put them on a text only campaign. But for this one, we're actually going to do a combination of both in an effort to actually see what they're responding to and just make sure we're communicating with them on both fronts. So the first thing we're going to do here is it says to choose a trigger event, which again, we don't have the option to do that yet. So as these become more available, that will serve a different purpose. But we're going to go ahead and set a new action. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and we're going to start with a text message. So as soon as we add someone on, we want to go ahead and send them a text. So I'm going to click on the send SMS. And in order for this to work properly, you do have to have a Twilio account already set up and connected. So in this case, we already do. That's a different lesson if you need to learn how to do that. So you'll see right here, the from says your Twilio account is connected. And we're going to go ahead and do a static message in this case. So I'm going to pop over to my list here, and I already have this pre-configured. So here we're going to do where it says, hi, so-and-so, it's so-and-so, how do you feel about the properties you're searching online? So in this case, we actually want to change these to utilize the merge fields in command. So instead of hi, we're going to go ahead and click on this button over here for the merge fields, and we're going to do contact first name. So hi, contact first name, it's, and then we wanted to say who it is. So in this case, we can assume that they probably don't already have a rapport with you if we're working specifically for maybe new leads that we generate on Facebook. So we're going to be a little more formal and say who we are. So we're going to use agent first name and then agent last name. Now, technically, you can just go ahead and type it in if this campaign is not going to be for anybody else. But we like to use the merge fields because at some point we're going to be able to push these into different campaigns, maybe different team members' systems as well. So we'll be able to push these smart plans into our other team members, and therefore we wouldn't have to change that every time we do it. It'll just pull from whoever the agent is that is attached to that particular contact. So then we say, how do we feel about the properties you're searching online? Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and wait a day. We're going to set a delay of just 1 day. We already have that set up in here, or by default it says 1 day. And then we're going to go ahead and send an email. So I click that and I scroll down here to the email. So in this case, we're going to keep the email simple. Our goal is to make it through filters, spam filters, things like that. So we're not going to over design. If you wanted to, you could click on HTML and do a nice formatted email with special options. But at this point, we'd like to keep it simple for our initial communication. So it already has the reply to email in there, and then we're going to go ahead and give it a subject line. Now we did try to use merge fields in the subject line, and we are not able to. So that first name merge field, that contact first name merge field up here, does not work in the subject lines, at least not yet. So that is not an option, so we're going to keep that simple just with what it is. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the email content, paste that in. So again, I'm going to replace these little hash marks here with contact first name. And we have access to all properties in the area as well as many not advertised. Are there any properties you're currently eyeing? Okay, so then we're going to set a delay for 1 day. Again, it's defaulted. And then we're going to create another text message. So send SMS. We'll scroll down, grab the next one. Okay, put that in there. So in this case, it is going to say, hi, first name, contact first name. Are you getting the properties we're sending you? And then in this case, we've already introduced ourselves on text, so we don't necessarily have to continue to be formal if you don't feel the need to, or if that's not your style. So we're going to go ahead and just do agent first name in this case, just to identify ourselves again. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and set a delay, and then we're going to send another email. Let's pull that up. All right, keep that subject nice and short here in this case, and then we'll grab the item. So just checking in, so let's use their name again. We want to continue to use their name when possible. We are persistent, so you know we haven't forgotten about you as you consider your home purchase. Anything we can do to help you today. Now keep in mind, you may have actually had communication with them at some point. So we're trying to keep these messages a little more general, whether or not we have or haven't talked to them. In other systems, sometimes we're able to create, and I believe we'll get to that point here with these smart plans in the future as well, where we can stop campaigns automatically if we get a response. So in this case, we can't do that. So we have to rely on the fact that every day we have to give it an extra day to make sure we have time to take them off a campaign if we wanted to, or better yet, we can just keep the campaign running as long as it still makes sense whether you did communicate with them. So just keep that in mind when we're creating these messages here, as we've already thought about that. That's why we designed them this way. So that is a factor in what we're setting up. So we're going to go ahead and set a delay. So that'll be 1 more day, and I'm just clicking on the actual action here for it to populate down at the bottom, and then we're going to send another text message. So I'll scroll down. Let me go grab the next message. And we're going to go add their first name in here again. All right, and then we're going to set a delay and send another email. Put that subject line in here. All right, and then this one says, don't forget what you communicate to your agent can mean the difference of thousands of dollars. Let me know if anything changes. Again, we can end it with your name, agent name. I can't scroll down on that one, so it's not letting me. Okay, so we have that. Now, the other thing that we can do is sometimes we want to know when this is over because we're trusting the system to do the communicating for us. And if they haven't responded to us, we wouldn't really know. This campaign is just pretty much going to end, and then we don't know what happens from there. So the option is to finish this up by creating a task, for example, and then we can give like a notification. So the task type in this case, we'll call it a non-touch. The task name is new lead finished arrival campaign. All right, and then maybe the task description in this case is going to be see if this lead has responded and put them on an appropriate follow-up campaign, or smart plan, I should call it. All right, so the idea here is that maybe they did follow up and we're going to take them out looking at properties this weekend, something like that, right? That's the goal. So if we did that, well then maybe we're going to put them just on the biweekly nurture or something else. If they haven't communicated with us, we might go to a more aggressive plan, or of course at this point maybe actually make a physical phone call if we haven't had the opportunity to do so yet. So this just gives us an idea to kind of an idea to take a look at this and see what we want to do with it. Now, if you're not in your system every day and you're not doing tasks, well, then you just want to skip this. If you're not going to chase the leads that you've generated, then just don't create yourself a task so you don't end up with a big list of tasks to follow up with. So there you have it. There is a simple smart plan that we have set up for new leads that are coming into the system. If you have any further questions on that or need help setting this up, then you can certainly reach out to us at ballenbrands.com. There's also lots of learning. Lori Ballen, of course, is doing the 365 Days of Command. You find that on Facebook. And understandingcommand.com is a great resource for more videos and how-tos. If you need any other help, please reach out, team@ballenbrands.com, or visit our website at ballenbrands.com.